Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's Sunday preview. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Sunday preview. The Seraphon unveil their greatest plan yet. The sky is falling. Ah no, hang on. That's just giant chunks of celestial debris being flung by sorceress frogs. No need to panic. The Slaan Starmasters love it when a plan comes together, and they're moving heaven and earth to reinforce the Seraphon host with new miniatures next week. But first, here's This Week in Warhammer. So we're going to go ahead and skip over the little video. You can check that out if you want. We're going to take a look at the full reveals. Battletome Seraphon. After an auspicious first outing of the Seraphon army, Battletome Seraphon is being made available to all. This book contains everything you need to play armies of coalesced reptiles or celestial starborn. It contains new and updated rules, war scrolls, and pitch battle profiles for every last Seraphon unit and subfaction, plus fresh Path to Glory rules. Prostrate yourself before these scaly sentinels by picking up the limited edition, which features gilt page edges, gold foil backing, and a red ribbon page marker. Soft touch cover. It's limited to just 400 numbered copies. Alright, so we've got the fancy limited edition Battletome on the left, limited to 400 copies. Same contents, just a little more fancy. And then we see the regular Battletome as well. And I have to say, these two covers are cool and everything. Obviously, it's pretty much the same one. But the actual Battletome from the limited set is way cooler than this. I really like the colors and everything. Because not only did the launch box not sell out, but they still have them for sale on Games Workshop's web store. Alright, and next we have the Slaan Starmaster. Very cool model right here. All Seraphon operate under the command of the Slaan Starmaster. These ancient amphibian augurs were created by the Old Ones to ensure the cosmic equation known as Astromatrix is not unbalanced and the Great Plan comes to pass. Their mastery of cosmic energies and spellcasting prowess makes them powerful linchpins for any Seraphon host. And they are very good in the new rules. Definitely a big fan of this. I do like that there are multiple ways to assemble this set as well. And next we have the Skink Starseer. The Skink Priesthood are the devoted attendants of the Slaan Starmasters, interpreting their croaked pronouncements into prophecy and plans of action, while making certain their temple cities continue to operate. Starseers are the most powerful skink wizards, second only to the Slaan Superiors, and they read the heavens during battle to predict the future and bestow blessings upon their allies. So pretty cool model right here, definitely an upgrade. I really like the aesthetic overall of the new range. And next is the Saurus Scar Veteran on Aggradon. And I am a little surprised. It looked like this was just going to be part of the regular Saurus Warrior on Aggradon kit, and then there was just going to be some upgrade bits in there. So I am interested to see, is this guy substantially bigger or something like that? Or is it just a way to sell us one model for the same price as three? Because the actual bits on him that make him look cool, definitely make him look cool. But they're not like over the top to where you couldn't just throw a couple of them in the regular kit. So while mages and sages sling spells from their back lines, the Saurus Scar veterans launch themselves headlong into combat on the back of alpha predators. Like the supremely savage Aggradons, possessed by barely restrained savagery, rider and mount alike surge into enemy lines with a ferocious roar. And here we have at the top of my list, the Saurus Astrolith Banner. I'm a huge fan of this new model. The old one was cool, but this one is great. And honestly, most armies are going to have one or two of these in there. So if you are after this guy, I wouldn't mess around because as soon as he sells out, it's probably going to be forever before Games Workshop restocks him. Saurus marked by destiny will carry Astroliths into combat. Complex devices covered in astrological symbols. With an orb of the purest celestite floating in the middle, they act as conduits for heavenly energies to further empower the Seraphon armies. So very, very cool and extremely good in game terms. Again, if you're after one of these new models, I would not mess around because this guy is going to be very popular. Alright, so next we have the Aggradon Lancers. So we can kind of see after looking at the veteran, these ones don't look quite as chunky or intimidating. The other one appears to be on a larger base, but I think that these guys will be a prime candidate for conversions. Especially because you get a lot of cool bits on like some of the larger beasts. So if you build like the Skink Star Priest on Troglodon, you're going to have a pretty awesome Saurus Scar Veteran that would be perfect to ride on something like this. So we'll see, maybe I'll do a conversion video if I end up going that route. Few shock cavalry are as effective at throwing entire battle line collapse in fear than the mighty Aggradon Lancers. Man, some of these articles are painful to read. I'm not sure if it's just punctuation there, but that line literally doesn't even make sense. Aggradon are a particularly vicious breed that becomes frenzied at the first taste of blood. and their Saurus riders take advantage of this trait to carve right through their enemy vanguard units. Alright, and here we've got arguably everyone's favorite new kit, the Kroxigors and the Kroxigor War Spawned. So 2 different variations, not a ton of difference on them. They have like some minor aesthetic differences, and then also their weapons are different. But very, very cool, and these are far superior to the old Kroxigor, not only because they look way cooler, but also because they're plastic. So very excited for these. I'm looking forward to seeing some army lists where people like spam these and how well that works. I definitely want to pick some up because they're super cool. I'm not sure if they have a specific place in my army right now, but we'll make it work. Kroxigor are the most physically imposing of all Seraphon, dwarfing even the ferocious Saurus. Normally used as laborers in the great temple cities, they wade into battle alongside their skink cousins, swinging huge mauls and hammers. This kit also builds Kroxigor Warspawned, a far more savage variant, blessed with crocodilian features by the god Chotec, and armed with massive Starfang war picks. Very, very cool. And I do like that they built a dynamic in with the skinks. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch, and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now, back to the video. Alright, so we have the Raptadon Hunters. Aggradons weren't the only breed of lizard awoken by the feral roar of Gur. Clutches of inert Raptadon eggs also hatched, adding intelligent pack hunters to the Seraphon slack of mounts. They are ridden into battle by skinks, who take advantage of their mounts' natural speed and smarts to befuddle enemies and exploit their weaknesses. So pretty cool models right here. Definitely wish they would have only put one set of these in the starter box and then put something else in there as well. But the actual Chargers are pretty good in game terms, and I think a lot of people are going to be running 10. So maybe it's good that I've already got 10 right off the bat in that box set. And here we see the Chargers, definitely the cooler models also. This set builds either 5 javelin-throwing Raptadon Hunters or lance-wielding Raptadon Chargers, 2 units who have natural synergy on the battlefield. And the synergy they do have is cool and everything, but the truth is the Raptadon Chargers are just substantially better, so you're much better off just taking 2 squads of them than you are taking 1 of each, in my opinion, of course. Alright, and then arguably the biggest glow-up of the entire new range, we have the Saurus Warriors. And these things are absolutely beautiful. They are phenomenal sculpts, super intimidating. They have tons of character, and they are probably the biggest upgrade in the entire range. Very, very cool. And we also see the optional assembly for the Celestite Spear. Saurus Warriors are the mainstay of the Seraphon armies, with vice-like jaws, rending claws, and hardy scales of armor. They are living weapons and defenders of the geomantic nexus. Stick a Celestite Spear or club in their hands, and these ferocious beasts become an ordered cohort that can go toe-to-toe with the toughest foes in the mortal realms. So very cool. Very nice models, and very good in game terms also. And then we have the Spawn of Chotec. And I believe this rounds out the entire new range, so everything coming all at once here. The salamanders herded by sun acolytes, born under the blessing of Chotec, are a unique element amongst the Seraphon. These creatures are essentially living artillery, belching flaming globs of corrosive saliva across the battlefield to weaken the armor and boil the flesh of their enemies. So again, very cool unit. Definitely glad to see this coming in plastic. And they are pretty strong also. It's going to be interesting to see some of the different routes that people can take their Seraphon armies. And I'm definitely looking forward to that. Alright, and then on to some Horus heresy. So we have the Librarian Consul. Librarians tap into the tides of the war to wield strange psychic powers against their enemies. Loyalists and traitors alike eschew the edicts of Nicaea in order to gain an edge that is relentlessly bloody battles at the Horus heresy. The resin miniature is equipped with a Force X and comes with a choice of helmeted and unhelmeted head. Not a bad sculpt right here. Not particularly amazing, but seems to fit the overall aesthetic of Heresy and is definitely a librarian. Why anyone would pay up for him from forgeworld, I have no idea. Decurion Saggitar. Throughout the Age of Darkness, and particularly in the Siege of Thonian campaign, the Imperial Fists made use of experienced Decurion tank commanders in vehicle combat. Renowned for their marksmanship, Decurion Saggitars were able to identify key enemy assets and help their tank crews split fire to destroy multiple critical targets in a single engagement. This resin upgrade kit is designed to be fitted on a plastic Demos pattern Predator, Sicaran, or Kratos. And then we have Imperial Fists and Sons of Horus shoulder pads and torsos. To coincide with the Siege of Thonian campaign book, which went on pre-order today, several sets of shoulder pads for the Imperial Fists and Sons of Horus are returning for a short while on a made-to-order basis, alongside one set of torsos. So they're bringing back the limited edition made-to-order stuff that they just offered a couple months ago. In case you missed your opportunity, there's still one more. These will be available to order on Friday and will go off sale at 8 a.m. UK time on Monday the 5th of June. There are 6 sets available, all cast in resin, Imperial Fists Mark IV shoulder pads, Mark VI shoulder pads, and Sons of Horus Mark III shoulder pads, Mark IV shoulder pads, Cataphracti shoulder pads, and Mark IV torsos. And finally, Warhammer Plus is still a thing. So yeah, that is everything for this week. Little something coming from Horus Heresy. But more importantly, we have essentially the entire Seraphon range refresh showing up here. So very glad to see these last few units coming out here. Definitely waiting on a couple of these to fill out my army. The army launch box is still available as well. So if you are after the book and a couple of these other items, I would definitely check out that army box, as just getting the book and cards right off the bat is like half the price of the box. So if you were after the book, potentially the cards, there's a lot of other really cool stuff in there, and it is about $300 in MSRP value. So let me know what you're most excited about, what you're going to be picking up this week. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the video. As always, link in the description to save 15%. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and you might not know this about me, but I do love lizards, and I'm out of here.